Right, my plan's not worked. So, yeah. Let's just hope something happens. All I'm hoping is we get a raid. I'm going to run till 9. Right, let's get the barley in today. So we've got one more field to go and do, and then we'll get the barley planted. Got enough. I might actually get a bucket and do these stones. I might actually do that in a minute. Go and buy a bucket. Hey, Average. Hope you're doing well. I tried a theory and I don't know if it worked. So I had 3 people in it, noticed it was dropping out, so I quit the stream for 15 minutes, dropped back in to see if I can kind of trick Twitch, but I don't know if it's worked or not. So I know it's my average. I went up to 5 and then dropped back down. So yeah, I'm trying to work on averages at the moment this morning. I don't know if it's working or not. I'm sitting at 2.7 at the moment. It varies. Like the other morning I had a lot of people on. Like the other morning I had like 20 people in this side of the morning. So yeah, it's weird. I'm just monitoring. I tried to trick Twitch. I don't know if it's kind of worked. So that's fine. Good to see you in here, though. Okay, that's useful to know. Get on the after about 2ish, let me know, I'll raid you. Okay. I'll see what I can do. It kind of surprised me. I haven't been on for a few days because I've just not been feeling too great. And I logged on this morning and my average is up to 2.7. I'm like... And that's just within... That's like... Within streaming on 2 days and getting decent rates, so... It's just getting your average viewings. It's just getting your regulars in here. Helps over time. Well, let's go into the last barley field. Said, like, some mornings I've got a lot of people in there. Other mornings I haven't. I probably run to 9 this morning. Sue's around by 9 o'clock, and then I'll probably go and record something for YouTube. That's working. If that kind of makes sense. So all we need, to be honest, is an average of 3 to 4 people in here. Just to push the streams up. It'll get there. I hope you had a good weekend, Viking, though. Yeah, it's kind of missed slightly, but it doesn't matter. It's funny, talking about that, it's funny, I've just gone back up to 5 views again. That's quite funny. It's amazing how sort of it comes and goes. Depending on what happens. It's quite funny, actually. Because Twitch does so you think Twitch does every 5 minutes. Give or take. Right, so the plan is we'll get this done, and then I'm probably going to go and pick up a bucket to get a stone picker. So this headland has got a slight curve and angle on it. So we got to include that in to the system. Same as you, mate. Rough weekend. I was off for a couple of days. Yeah, it was. The thing is, I kind of knew it was coming. So, like, the back end of last weekend, I didn't sleep well. Tuesday lunchtime, I just died completely. And then I was fine for like 3 days. And then, yeah, this weekend, my body just gave up. So, yesterday, I basically just did nothing. Ate food and just relaxed. Watched a couple of streamers. Slept quite a bit. This morning, I'm not feeling too bad. I'm still feeling it a little bit this morning. But overall, it's not going too bad. Ah, we've missed a colour. We've missed a bale. That's quite funny. Right. So yeah, so the plan is we just get this cultivated. I might actually try and do the rest of the fields. I might just go around and just try and do everything. Could do with a stone picker. Because, yeah, it's actually affecting us quite a bit with maintenance at the minute. But I'm not overly worried about that just yet. Now, how big is this field? We're in 6. That's what I was doing for 6. 0.93. Okay. Now I've got additional field information on here. Is that... I'm not sure if it's working or not on this field because it's the way the field is. Press the wrong button. I want to get rid of that. Right. So it's getting there. It's working well. It's fine. We got 2 days in August, so if it comes to it, we could always see the next game day. 'Cause the other thing we got to do is we've also got to fertilise. I'm probably going to pre-fertilise before I sow. Does that big sprayer? Where am I? Yes, it does, but it does liquid. And it does say it needs 900 weight with it as well, ideally. Okay. So this tractor can run that. So there's that one, and there's the planter as well that I'm looking at. So apparently that planter can do both. So I'll show you the... There you go. Because the planter I'm looking at... We got 2. So I'm guessing that needs... that doesn't. They do look quite different. So 50,000. So I've got a few plans for the next few paydays. The priority is the cow barn, and then we might be able to next season start upgrading some bits. Is anything in used? Well, that's kind of annoying. I'm tempted by that. We can realistically afford it. And it shouldn't cause us too many issues. I might be tempted to start fixing this area with the dirt soon. So that's very interesting. I'm tempted by that. Right, let's just... So I've just realised we haven't done something, so let's just do something quickly. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. I also want to have a look at that slurry tank, so I've only just seen that. Right. Right. See, we wouldn't need that. We would if we got that. that I'm very tempted by. It's only 22, so we can realistically afford it. And to be honest, I might actually take a couple of trees out to cover. I'm realistically thinking of taking some trees out to cover it. It'll still be there for a little bit. And it'll come in handy. So, you know what? I'm going to go and do it. We need it. We need it. It's 22. So I don't know what the extension... The extension does give you a little bit. So it's... Right, let's actually have a look what's on the pack. To be under animals. So you got a load of different things. So that's a forage wagon. So that's got a conveyor. With or without conveyor. Not sure what the tube and watering does. So £70,000 for their food mixer is not a bad option, actually. That's not a bad option. Right, give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to answer this. Right, I'm back. So yeah, I think we'd do that. Because the in-game straw blowers says only 2 bales. It's them 2 there, isn't it? So actually, yeah. Let's do it. Because that's huge. So that kind of works. Right. So yeah, we bought that. I've just noticed we aren't on guidance. So I decided to go, so we've bought that. Which kind of makes sense. Because with the cow barn, we do need a straw blower. And that should do us forever. We shouldn't need to change that. Implement, so I think we own, so budget wise going in, 500,000 should cover everything. So I'm going to buy a small telehandler. I want a wheel loader. And to be honest, the wheel loaders, oh, that's just come up, don't need that. So the wheel loader, if we're looking at wheel loaders, budget wise, 114. And I would be tempted to get that. Yeah, 114. Give you a wheel loader. So call it, yeah, implement wise plus them two. So we should have it. We should have everything within the next 3 seasons. We need to buy one more bit of land as well, which I might actually try and do ASAP. I have an idea with that. As you want to check that if that's still a thing. Yeah, it is. Because what I'm going to do, before I update the mod, I am going to just double check to see if they've changed that. Doing well. It's doing really well. Right, after we've done this, we'll just check the map and make sure everything looks good. Got a few bits we might need to go back over. But that shouldn't be an issue. Most of this has just come out as one headland, which is quite good. So what I'm aiming for is that corner across. There you go. Run that straight through there like that. Boom. And then we'll just finish off with anything we've missed. So you got that little bit there. There you go. That's nearly ready for the next season now. Definitely am thinking of getting Stone Picker because now Precision Farm is coming out and how the line works. The only field I may reset is one in front of me because it doesn't bring out stones. Which is kind of a nuisance. And then I might be looking at getting a tool that brings, so like, not having shallow cultivators anymore. So I've got ideas how to make money. So if we get a proper cultivator, I've not actually looked at proper cultivator pricing. Does Paro Harrow? Yes, they're not. Yeah, 6 meters at 250 horses. This carrows are shallow. So that go on the front or the rear? Goes on the rear. So that's got a without comb. So it's got a comb on the back. Roll bar, roll bar, roll bar, roll bar. So the roll bars are standard. Okay. So they're just cultivators being put in the wrong place. Effectively. So that's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, looking for something that, because that's the first thing I've ever looked through. I've not really looked and explored in detail what's on here. Right, let me hit that. Set me track. I want to go to width 2. Leave about head and width, so it's about there. Boom. Right. So this should leave your outside headland, is what I was hoping. There you go. So that then should leave enough gap to run around the outside. So this is a huge field. I think this is, off the top of my head, 7.95. So what I'm thinking of doing is joining these two together. That's kind of the plan. Join these two together. 4 and 3, and then make that 1. Now what I want to do when it's in headland mode, I want to drop the cruise control. Well, that was close. So the cruise control should be dropped while in headland mode. To about 4 miles an hour. And it works quite well. So I think the plan will be eventually we will just start upgrading stuff, but it's getting the bare minimum in. And I think a wheel loader may actually be more beneficial to us out of the blocks than a telly. Yeah, okay, we haven't got the same reach as the telly, but we don't need it at the moment. If we're going down the road of what I want to go down the road of manure, how much is a basic manure spreader as well? So I'm just doing all these calculations. There are a couple in trailers that you can get twofold, but basic, I haven't got any manure mods put in yet, but 85. Because it's a 24 meter spread be looking at. So it'd be that one, 85. Because that's kind of where I want to go. I want to spend as less money on things. Like that's what I'll be looking at, creating that seed thing. That 4 mile an hour might actually work. I know it looks terribly slow, but actually it's quite handy. So you can line up, press that, and then it does it about right. You got to calculate the drop. Because that's kind of the key thing. So that's the thing, you gotta, and that's kind of where my planning is coming in. Right, let me just change the music a minute. Hey Viking! Right, let me throw that in. How was the school run? Was it okay? Right, while that's doing that, I want to delete custom field. I know, I should have just done that, but anyway, it's fine. Right, let's just delete them as custom fields for a minute. How far do you have to go? Do you drive or can you just walk? I can't believe I'm holding at 5 people. Would take about an hour to drive, 10 minutes. Yeah. That kind of makes sense. I don't know whereabouts, I don't know what your traffic's like, but like round here with the school rush, it's just... Because I'm out on the road all the time, an hour even... Yeah, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. Like round here, what I've worked out is from where I live. So a lot of my... I will leave my house now at like 7:30. Because if I leave at 8, it will take me an hour to get anywhere. Where it's 7:30, it will just take me 10-15 minutes. Because of school rush. Generally, the cultivating's going well. Which is kind of a good thing. Definitely looking, because when precision farming comes out, I know we'll only have a base system on here. The map probably won't be updated with precision farming, which, it's one of those things. I think working stones and a cultivator will be like a key major thing on here. Right, that's nearly... We've got one more massive field to do after this. And then that's kind of complete. Right, let's try and sort this edge out. I went back a bit too far, but it's fine. So we shouldn't need to put any fertiliser on these fields because the OSR No, so our radish should be doing that for us. Because that's the thing, I want to spend less money as I can. Like I've got the seed production buildings on here, so I want to start producing like our own diesel and stuff like that as well. So I think the priorities after we've got the cows done, I think we'll start looking at getting so I was going to go fabric, but I think actually before I do that I might get the production buildings down to start producing our own seeds and stuff like that, and then work out how many fields we need for that, because that will save us a ton of money as well. I think we've got our own. I think we've got a fertilizing building as well. But if we've got manure being produced rapidly, which will take a while to do with the cattle, then yeah, hopefully we won't. And that's kind of how I want to go with the series. I want to produce everything on the farm that we need for the year. So I don't know how much we need to make. And that's the thing, we've got land around us to put more fields in, and we can boost equipment and stuff. So that's what I'll be looking at. I think they're only £100,000. I'll have a look in a second. Once we've just come to this corner. Boom. Right, we're going to refuel this tractor. And we'll switch the tool out and put plough on and extend that field a bit. We do need to get a stone picker on here. That is on the to-do list for the next 3 harvests. We haven't actually got a shed at the moment because we took the shed out. So we're just going to drop equipment up there. No, we're not. We're actually going to put everything tidy. So, for the minute, yeah, we've got some eggs to move later on, some lettuce to move. Right. Let's get this uncoupled. Then we'll go put on... As I said, we'll slowly get this removed. I'm going to click that. By putting that on, it just makes it a little bit easier to reverse. Right. So, we're going to leave this field as it is. We're going to leave this field exactly as it is. Might see how a 4 metre width. Could expand this by 4 metres. I think it would be okay. Because there's big enough room at the top. But before we do that, let's unfold this. Let's just start working on a rough line across. So shifting that should turn that on. We can neaten this edge up as it comes. That is not an issue. So what I want to try and do is get this in this bottom corner. Like there. And then roughly follow that in. There kind of thing. And what I want to do, and then we should have enough room just about to put the tractor and the trailer just about in there. Just. I literally just mean just. Right. So we now want to throw GPS. We want to throw that on. We want to set track. Set that. We want to run that around that way. Wrong button. I was meant to press that. Okay, we don't want Headland to do that. So we're actually going to reverse this all the way back up. So I've noticed that line's not quite perfect. Because we are going to take a bit of this grass strip out, make this field a bit wider. Yeah, might actually extend this a little bit more. We could always grab a landscaping tool later and correct that, because it may need it. Actually, no, I know what. Let's do this. So we want to go set track. Boom. We're on headland mode, that's why it's doing it 4 miles an hour at the moment. There you go. And that now should be pitching about correct. And that just expands this field just a fraction. And then you've got a huge, huge, huge field. Now I've done this. Still needs to come that way, just a fraction. There you go. Right, save that in case anything goes wrong. And then I want us to just do something. So we want to then go draw custom fields. Save. So that's 3. So now what you want to do is come from here. Draw custom field. Boom. 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 It's only going to be rough. There you go. Save. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. We haven't got a 5. So 3 should now be the same. So 3 is 0.69. 4 is now 1.35. When it gets filled in. And that's kind of the next job. Getting it filled in. Right, there you go. And off we go. And we get this subsection now filled in. Our bottom field is still not perfect. But like, yeah, these two are now combined. So at least they're combined now and they're working. It's still quite a big grass area. That's kind of what I'm looking at the moment. And actually thinking, you know what? Let's just do something. So if we go landscaping. Let's get that bottom end filled in a little bit. So where you got that is where the field should be. So painting a little bit. I could always re-put the line back in. Right, and then the last job we've got to do is then replow that corner back in. Make that look a little bit better. So we just got to replow that, which is fine, we can do that. Right. That'll do. We can do that at the end, it's fine. And that's kind of thing, after we've done it, then we just got to probably extend it one headland that way. Just to make up for what we've lost. But yeah, now if we look at the menu, I don't know if it incorporates, yeah. So we're probably going to end up deleting 3 and redoing 3. Delete. So we'll redo 3. But yeah, this now puts a joiner in between them. So it means we'll harvest that one, then we've got to come around the top or around the bottom, but it's fine. Might take a tree out nearer that bottom end in a minute. Might actually just do that now quickly. Take 2 trees out just so we can get trailer a little bit more around here. There you go. Just so we can get a trailer around there. A little bit more easier. There you go. And then we're going to basically re-put in. So we want to grab this. Throw this up there. Jump back in here. Construction. Landscaping, trees. Spruce. So I want £130 for a young spruce. If I can actually find where I need to be running it to. Yeah, that'll do for a minute. Just closes off the edge of the forest and it means you can get round the bottom end. Right, give me 5 minutes, guys. We'll be back. Right, I'm back. Problem solved. Right, let me just check something. Right, should have one more run, I reckon, on this. And then we're going to sort out the bottom end of that field. Which won't be too bad or too difficult to do. So, that's that field expanded. Which now means I think got to find which way is the best way to go across this field. And I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's going across ways. That's what I'm thinking personally. There you go. So, yeah. It's not a bad looking field now, actually. Anyway, it's still saying there's something missed. We've covered everything. I don't understand that. I bet it's cleared. I was about to say. Yeah, it's cleared. Right. So 4's now done, even though it looks a bit weird. Because it follows this road that comes through. 2 could be expanded a little bit more. This could be expanded. So we're going to go look at expanding that now. Okay, I find it weird. You know I painted that texture. Oh yeah, there it is. You can just about see it. Right, so we want to run basically a straight line from here all the way across. And we want to come down and curve that pitch. Is what I'm going to attempt to do. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this yet. But it needs to be kind of in there like that. Kind of thing. Right, then we need to go on landscaping, and this is where we need to do it bit by bit. It's interesting how it's jumped, but that's fine. Painting, grass. And then because of budget, literally because of budget, we've got more budget, we'll put more in. But that just makes it look a little bit more real than what it did before. Right. Now what I'm thinking is expanding this out this way. Just makes the field a little bit wider. And that's running, should be running dead straight. We've hit a 91 degree. That big bush is going to have to go. There you go. Done. And then come on. There you go. So we're down to £9,000, but that's fine. Right. We can neaten this up later. There you go. And that then just traverses a nice pathway in and around. That then works. Then yeah, you've got a nice pathway that leads. you go. Costs a little bit of money, but it just adds a little bit of realism. It doesn't matter if it's straight or not. Nothing ever grows straight. And then landscaping, trees. Let's see if we've got something. I'm not really worried about budget. As you probably can tell. Not willows, it's oaks I want. A couple of oaks in place. There you go. And that. There you go. Now. Yeah, we're down to £4,000. We are going to have to sell some stuff. But it's just starting to look a little bit more farmyardy. That's a term. Right, let's see how this field goes in, shall we? Move that out of the way so we can actually pin this field in. Right, draw a custom field. Right, we're going to start in that corner. There. 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 That'll do. Save. So 3 comes out at 0.73. So the smallest field now is still 2. But at least our fields are getting slightly bigger. So it won't use that much seed. Which is kind of a good thing. Right, Danger's just gone live, so it means we'll probably raid into him in a bit. Right. Is there anything else we actually need to do? Or are we done? This still seems a bit tight for my liking. So what I'm thinking of doing is landscaping, painting, grass. Put a bigger border in there. There we go. Right, and then recreating that corner. Might have to do a little bit of jigging around on that point. But at least that tidies that point up. And then, yeah, it's just about just fixing gaps. That makes sense. We want to finish 90 degrees off here. I'm going to run that as close to that line as possible. There you go, boom. Right, that now looks about right coming down. It's just this inner corner. You just need to fix. There you go. Done. That now should mean we should be able to get a tractor. Shift. Boom. So we don't do anything stupid. Build that up. It now means we should be able to get Tractor just about. It's going to be tight. But if we've got the same crop, we'll do the front field first. We don't have to worry about running over. The only thing is you won't be able to get a seeder around that corner. But that's fine. It's not quite wide enough. But it works. Same as you come in here. You potentially could take that corner out. It's like everything, you can take all the corners out if you needed to. Which we don't really want to achieve, but yeah. Come on. Hoses should detach. There you go. Might have to see how we do with budget. Right, let's get one more field cultivated before we call it the stream. Then we'll go raid. Danger. So it'll be this bottom field here we want to do. We want to throw that on. Throw that around that way. Set width, set track. We want to go to the back. Now on that big field, if we look on here. Oh no, it works. Even though we've done the cutting, you can't really notice it too much. Which is good. This won't take us too long just to do this bit. And then it means we've got 3 fields left to do next time. And then hopefully we'll get done before dark, is the plan. And most footpaths are straight, I know, but that doesn't really matter, it's curved. I've just noticed some of the gaps we've got probably won't be big enough to put all the implements through. But if it goes into the field, it goes into the field. We'll just make it next time run a little bit tidier. So the main issue will be between these 2 fields. So, but I'm trying to utilise as much space as I've got. And to be honest, most of the time we're running equipment that can run through these gaps. If that kind of makes sense. There's a massive green out the back here. We could go into, and that again is like next year looking at expansion. As we build, we can move the boundaries and change how the field defined looks. Because what I could do is just basically turn this into a grass field. It's not a bad size for a grass field. You've still got the mod on. So yeah, we've still got things. Right. I'm about to go jump on danger in about a couple of minutes, but we're not going to finish this field off today. We've done enough, so I'm happy. That'll do for the minute. But that's the thing, as the farm develops, the fields evolve and change. You know, it might get to a point where this field combines, when we got enough, it won't actually be too difficult to combine these two fields together. So we have all these three. When we got like 9-meter equipment, we can combine them. Those little trees I've put up on the shrubbery look quite nice. Right, I'm going to call it. Let's go raid.